Alright, this video is going to be kind of ass backwards. I didn't start recording until I'd taken everything apart, and I've now reversed the videos in the hope that you'll be able to understand what's going on. This is a 2015 Kia Sorento. Got to do the spark plugs on it, and in usual crappy design, the intake manifold has to come off in order to do the spark plugs on the rear. Now, they could have designed it differently, but no, they like to make it awkward. There are a number of things that have to be done that you have to be aware of, and hopefully I show them all in the video. Okay, there you go, guys and gals. Hope you enjoy it. Alright, this video is starting backwards, but I will show you everything. This is a 2015 Kia Sorento, and it needs its spark plug changed. Well, in order to do the spark plugs, you have to take the intake manifold off. Another brilliant, stupid design. And of course, because you take the manifold off, you've got to get a new gasket. This is what the gasket looks like. This is the old one, this is the new one. As you can see, it has little tabs on it, and you really can't get it the wrong way round. It'd be pretty stupid if you did. For some reason, they call this a purge tank gasket. To me, it's an intake manifold gasket, or a plenum gasket, but no, that's not what they called it. All right, as you can see, a lot of stuff has been taken off. I have stuffed rags, or in this case paper towels, in all of the holes. Just in case you drop something, it won't disappear inside the engine, which would not be good. So, the next thing I want to do is do a little bit of a clean up down there. Then I will do the rear spark plugs. They're easy enough to do. I will show you how they come off. I'll actually show you on the front ones, because on the back ones it's a little trickier. Trickier as in with the camera. So I'll show you the front ones, and then I will show you all the pipes that you have to disconnect and get out of the way. The biggest pain is there's a bolt on the back, on the back of the engine, back here, and it goes through this bracket. It's a 14mm, and if you don't know it's there, you'll struggle forever and you'll never get the manifold off. Also, the other thing I found awkward was this wiring harness here. It doesn't move easily, but you can do it. Oh, I've put the bolt back in now. This bolt has to come out as well as the others, and it just kind of gets it out of the way. So when you're lifting off the manifold, it's not so difficult. And there's a bunch of connectors here that you have to undo to get the manifold out of the way. Some of them probably don't need to come off. I just took them off because it allows this harness to move a lot easier, obviously when that bolt's out. And the throttle body has to come out. In order to get to the throttle body, you have to take the air box out. And I took the battery out as well. It just gives you a lot more room to play with. So let's get on now. Let me do the back ones, and then I'll show you a little more on what has to be done. I will probably put this video clip at the end so that you know where you're heading. So in that case, please like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell. That way you'll get notified when I put more crap out there. And get out in the garage and do some shit. Please feel free to email me at gstargarage@gmail.com. And that's star with 2 R's. So the easiest method to get these clips off, you have to release this black clip here first, and I find if you get a very thin screwdriver down here, and that pops out, then you can get your fingers in and squeeze the tab. It's not the easiest of things to do. In fact, let me do it on one that's easier to get to. Let's try this one. I'll struggle with that one off camera. Okay, and that one's popped out. Now then, really is awkward to show. Yeah. Squeeze the clip and pull the wire back. All right, now one thing you'll see, it's all wet and oily. That's WD-40. I like to spray them with WD-40. It just gets in there and then allows me to get these off a lot easier. Sometimes what you have to do with these is you have to push them in a little bit first and then squeeze the clip as you push it in. It won't go far, but it goes enough just to release the clip. Yeah, that's about it actually on that particular section. We'll come back when I show you more about disconnecting shit. Right, having now done all the spark plugs, pulled the rags out of the intake, next thing to do is to put this gasket on. Now do note the gasket has a little tab here, and that locates, excuse me, in that little place there. See, this gasket just fits in nice and easy. It's got little extra bits on it to hold it in position whilst you get the manifold or the plenum back on. All you could do is just push it down with your fingers. Doesn't need any sealant, nothing like that, because it is so proud and it will be squashed nice and flat. Okay, there we go. And just as a little side note, you can't really get the manifold on wrong because you've got these two studs here that stick up, so it guides it on there nice and easy. Make sure you don't got any crap like I just did. Oh, and let's push that in there. Just make sure you get it pushed down all over. All right. And the next job is to put the manifold on. And this one's a real pain in the butt. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a better rope and just tie this out of the way, because I would rather use both hands on lowering the manifold. Give me one moment and we will get that piece of rope. I do like to do is give this surface a bit of a clean. Make sure there's nothing there that's going to cause problems. Then we can put the manifold on. As you can see, I've just used a piece of rope here to tie that back. And this isn't really heavy, it's just bloody awkward. Okay, there we go. Now what we've got to do is connect everything back up. But before I do that, we'll put all the bolts back in. And you've got the two bollocks, just dropped the nut. The two long ones go down through here. And we'll have to get that nut, because they're kind of important, aren't they? And there's one of the nuts. Let's put that on whilst I remember. Okay, and then we got these bolts here. They're all the same length, so you can't really get them confused. We just go in here. We do everything finger tight first. These ones you can't really do finger tight, they're really tough. It's pretty awkward this, because you have to lay on your chest. That one goes through that bracket. Okay, don't forget that. Now let me get these spun down. They would be awkward, wouldn't they, those two? That's Murphy's Law for you. All right, let me just get them spun down, and then I've got to go and retrieve that nut that I just dropped because it's important. This is just pinched down at the moment, and then we'll get the tightening sequence, and I'm sure it's like all the others, start from the middle, work your way out in a circle, but I do need to get the correct torque setting. You really don't want to over tighten these things, but you've got to have it right, otherwise you won't get that seal that you need. Right, they're just pinched down now. Let me retrieve that nut and then we'll carry on. Right, so as I said, this is a reverse order. Make sure you put this pipe back on. That is one that does have to come off in order for you to remove the intake manifold. The electrical connectors here, make sure you connect them up again. Let's see, what else do we have? All of those connectors over here, make sure you connect those back up. This pipe up here, make sure you connect that back up. See, I'm saying make sure you, if you know if I'm pointing to it, you've got to do it. Obviously those two bolts go back in. I still have one more bolt to put back in here that I haven't put back in yet. That I think is pretty much it. Next we will put back on the air box with the mass airflow sensor that this wire connects to, and there is also a tube here that connects to the box, and obviously this connects to it. That is pretty much it. I'll do a final piece showing you the last of the items that I'm putting back on, which means you know they had to come off. Odd way of doing a video, but I forgot to start at the beginning, so it's going to be kind of arse backwards, but you'll figure it out because you're clever. As I know you all love hearing my beautiful English accent, I would just like to say to all my subscribers, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I would also appreciate anybody who's watching the video and my subscribers for dinging the old like button, you know, thumbs up, and obviously if you don't like it, thumbs down. Let me know why in the comments. You know, I'm more than happy to listen to criticism. I'll try not to be rude in my response, but you never know. Also, guys, please tell your friends, like, comment, subscribe. Anything you want to know, if I can help, I will do. If you want to send me money or you just want to email me, it's gstargarage@gmail.com, and that is star with 2 R's. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy it. Now, really, get out there and do some shit in the garage.